Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of this new course. So guys, in this video I am going to go over a more advanced version of sport and resistance. I don't want to say too advanced. It's not difficult to learn, but it does take experience. What I'm going to explain in this video is how to use volume. So here at the bottom with sport and resistance, the difference between a thin and heavy chart, what I mean by this. So let's start off this video by going over volume and how you can use this to your advantage. So how I use volume to my advantage is I use the daily chart to look for previous areas of where there was high volume compared to the volume on this day. For example, for this GOEV chart, if you look here, this is the highest volume day in the last, I don't know for how long, but it's been a very long time since we had this much volume. And this volume on the day was around 108 million. So very much so this will hold up as an area of support. So mark it just here, and you can see here guys, we held this area is a pretty pivotal area within the chart. So we mark that as a daily zone. This is what I do quite a bit. The second most is this area here, 46 million. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and mark this high, right? That's all you need to do with this. So into next week, this would be a key area and this would be a key area. Very simple to do and very easy to follow, right? But why is this so important? Volume equals the amount of shares that are being traded currently in the market. 108 million. Now let's compare this to, for example, here 2.5 million, 2.4 million, 4 million. So these areas would be very easy to break with this much volume. However, let's say if we ran with, I don't know, 5 million volume, 4 million volume, it would be much harder to break because we are trading with the same amount of shares that we previously traded with. So here we had 4 million, we failed to break. Again, yes, we had 46 million, we failed to break, but look at the run. It's a pretty nice run to the upside. So this area is pretty strong in that sense where we couldn't break with 4 million, we couldn't break with 46 million. That's key to consider. So this chart is also telling us that this level is very, very significant. Once we break this level, we start to look for other levels. So you got this 5.8 area. Why I'm saying this 5.8 area is because if you look at this area here, we've held before, we've broke down and we've held again. There's a lot more to spawn resistance. And what else I'm going to explain in this video is how you could use resistance become support to your advantage as well. So this is a more advanced complex version. I will go over this step by step. This is going to be a long video guys, probably the longest video I'm going to do. So the first step is, like I said, we're looking at volume. How you can use high volume to your advantage. So these two were the most strongest areas. So let's forget that for a minute. So the high volume was here and here. Now let's switch over to the 5-minute chart. Guys, look at that. Look at it and tell me. Held. That's the exact area. Look on the daily chart. There. Now let's look at the 5-minute chart. We held that exact area, guys. If a chart runs the day before, look for it. Look for that. So this is going to stay on my chart forever now. Let's switch to the 30-minute just to make it a bit more clear for you guys. Look here as well. It's a previous high and we're holding these levels. So this is how you can use volume to your advantage, guys. Look for days where there was a higher amount of volume. It can also save you when scaling out. For example, here, a lot of people wouldn't know this is an area of high volume, high selling. Historically, you could tell by the daily chart. Use this to your advantage, guys. Use it to your advantage and make that money. I'm going to go over another chart with the same example. AMTX. Let's go over the daily chart. What's the most volume on this chart? Historically, we've had previous volume around here. The high of this is 3.73. There's not a lot of significance because we've kind of already broke above. But let me just see. So 3.73. So around here-ish. So again, look left. There you go. There you go. There you go. You couldn't break above this area. There you go. And look, just there you go. And this is where we broke out. Once we broke out and closed above, boom. Very, very simple. But let's just mark the areas from these last couple of days. The high of this candle is 5.23. Let's just mark this here. 5.25, let's just say. Of course, it's a Pacific. To be Pacific is 5.23, but there. Okay. So this area, and then you got today's, but today's was essentially, it's not going to be significant now, right? So let's just look at this area. Look. Wow. I'm in love with these charts. Look how this bang rejected. High volume rejected. Come back down, held, couldn't follow through, broke out. 7.03. This is a very significant area. Again, volume tells you so much. Like I said to you, what's volume, guys? I want you guys to list down in the YouTube channel right now, in the comments, guys, list what the answer for what volume is. I explained this previously. What is volume? I want you to answer this below. Engage with me, guys. Engage with me. Like up the YouTube video. And yeah. So this is the significance of volume. Having high volume, just mark your charts with the using volume. You could just trade based on this. High volume, bang, bang, done. Now, let me just explain another principle. Another principle which is a very, very good principle to explain. It is how to spot become resistance, or resistance become sport. This is a higher level of charting, and this is very, very useful. So what you do is you look for areas where price has previously rejected. So this GOEV chart is a prime example because I use this to my advantage. So let's mark resistance. What's the 5-minute high on this? This is here, 4.2, right? Let's just do a different color because we're not on the daily chart. So I've marked this high here. Now we broke, tried to break, we couldn't break, we broke, we closed above. Not only did we close above, we held this level. This is previously resistance, becomes support. Now we held that support and this area becomes support. This is all it is. No magic. This is pure price action. Pure price action, guys. Boom. New high day. Where is this? The high volume. Pullback. Where do we bounce? Resistance becomes support. Where do we bounce? Resistance becomes support. Boom. Where do we bounce? Resistance becomes support. Then we break down. We bounced 4 times. Then what happens? We come back down to this level. What's this level, guys? The daily volume level. The high volume bounce. Resistance becomes support. Bang again. And then we kind of struggle. Price tries to struggle. Bounces here again. So just look at the significance of these levels. Let's find another one. You should find an example, AMTX as well. So AMTX. Let's just try finding an example. We got this high here. We become here. This is not as strong. I would like to show you bad examples as well. You could make money on this, by the way. Look, 5 minutes, 7.03. So if you have a risk to reward, we came back down. We held. However, unfortunately, we couldn't follow through. So in this situation, how do you know when the follow through will happen? I want you to look at the difference, right? These are 2 big red candles, big cells. Let's look at GOEV. Let's just look at the example here. Look at the compared to sell. Look, the sell 250k, 350k, then the buy 270k. The selling volume slows down, right? Consider this. The selling volume slows down. When the selling volume slows down, this means sellers are not strong enough to bring price down. Keep an eye. AMTX, however, what happens, guys? I want you to tell me, right? And it's beautiful. This is technical analysis at its best. Big selling pressure. Look at that. Bang. That is big selling pressure. That is not good, right? Compared to the buys, by the way. Of course, 120k compared to GOE's 500k. There's a big difference, right? But look at the previous volume we ran on. We ran up on 24k, 17k, 23k. We sold off on X10 the volume twice. This is not good, right? This is not good at all. There's no continuation pattern, which is why we had no follow through. But look at the significance. As I said before, resistance becomes support. Support becomes resistance. We come back down, we break down completely, and we retest. We retest this area. Look, beautiful. This is technical analysis at its peak. So this is what I'm saying. Mix in with your volume. Your support and resistance needs to be mixed in with volume. Low volume pullbacks equals good. Guys, go in the comment section. I want you to answer these 2 questions. Why is volume good? Why should you use volume as support and resistance? Answer these questions for me. I'm gonna reply to all your answers, okay? I want you to engage with me. How many guys are actually engaging? How many of you want to actually learn? because I'm not wasting my time here. I don't want to waste my time. I really don't want to waste my time. Now let's move on to something like Kaggle. So I wanted to explain the principle of thin chart and heavy charts. What do I mean by this? Because a lot of people have asked me this question, what I mean by thin and heavy chart. So a thin chart is where volume, there has been no, historically, there's very low volume. So let's say, for example, with Kaggle, if you look at this chart, very historically, there's only 4K volume here on the daily. This is a daily chart, by the way. Daily 4K, 5K, 6K. This is nothing. This is thin. Levels, if we look 97 million, these levels break easily. These levels won't have much significance. They will have significance, but they won't have as much as a normal. So price will be easier to break, right? So that's why I say, okay, with this volume, the less volume is a thin chart, incredibly thin. But for example, let's just look at something like GOEV, 4 million, 3 million, 4 million. This is a bit more of a heavy chart. It's not the most heavy chart, but it's a bit more heavy because we've got a lot more buyers. 4 million compared to 10K is nothing. There is no 4 million is way much more. There's buyers there, right? The thickest charts will be the charts where there are a lot of bag holders. BBIG, for example, right? This is a chart. This is a thick chart. Of course, I don't know. It's died. Wow, I actually didn't even know that. But something like this is just incredibly thick. Hence why it just completely died. Reason why this is a thick chart, because it has bag holders. It has historically, it has a lot of people that are still holding the bag. CEI, another one. Let's look at this chart. Look how thick this chart is. There's a lot of bag holders. If you guys know the history of the stock, there's a lot of bag holders. I'm just trying to find the days where it was played. When was it? Was it 2021, 2022? But around that time period, we had quite a lot of buyers in this. There was a lot of retail in this. I think a lot of you guys will remember this stock from those days. But yeah, this is an incredibly thick chart in that sense where there's a lot of bag holders. So with clean charts, is more, you'll see a lot more with China plays because they'll have low volume on the daily. Then levels will clear a lot faster, etc. But yeah, that is essentially what I've been explaining when it comes to support and resistance, more of an advanced level, how you could use volume to your advantage, thin chart, heavy chart, and just the basics of support and resistance, right? I want to just take a look at a larger cap. Amazon. Let's just take a look at Amazon. Right, this might be a lot more better to understand for you guys as well. So let's just look. It's very look at this chart. This chart is actually quite. It's very volatile chart. I think this chart is a bit too volatile. It's a bit too thingy. Nevada. Let's look at NVDA. I want to look at a more larger cap. Might help you guys a bit more as well on a higher time frame. So this is a lot cleaner, this chart. The daily broke out as well. I actually predicted this. If you're in the Discord, you'll see the options. But let's look at this high. This high is just here. 4 hour high. We now broke below. Now we got this level here. I'm just trying to look for areas where this is a pretty hard chart as well to kind of chart. AMD, let's look at AMD. D AMD chart, daily 4 hour chart. This chart's a great example. So if you look at this 4 hour chart here, look, this is the area of resistance, this is the high. We can't break above. We've not been able to break above for a long time. Let's look at the day. Look here. Look here. That's support. So that's the high. That is resistance. Resistance breaks out. Resistance holds. Resistance becomes support. Resistance breaks. Resistance comes back. Holds. Pushes back up from 185. Comes back down. Rejects here on this candle. And now it's pushing back down. This candle here doesn't matter. If we close back above here, we become resistance, become support, and we'll end up pushing towards 200. Very simple. So I hope you guys understand that. And then again, I'm gonna look at a chart like LACE, LAE. Look at the high of this is, what's the high of this? 2.08. Yeah. mark this high. That's volume. There's quite a bit of volume there. And the high on this candle is around 1.6. Those are significant levels. Let's see historically have we had any other levels. This around 2.39. This chart is a lot more volatile chart. So 2.39 here. So in terms of volume, this is another big day. 2.39 area. Then you got some more levels here. The highs of 3.3, etc. But you could just see by this chart. Look, your high volume. This is high volume. You can't really break above. Look, we reject here, we hold, and we just don't have enough volume to push this through. Look, we hold here. So this is what I mean by high volume. You can use it to your advantage. So it's very, very significant. But yeah, that's all it is for this video. This is more of an advanced video. I hope you guys understood. If you never understood, pop it down in the YouTube comment section. I'm more than happy to help you. More than happy. I'll catch you guys in the next YouTube video. Peace out, guys.